Okay, we're gonna try and have our usual video. Sorry, my hair's all crazy. Well, Friday we went, or Saturday we went and signed the papers. So we're going to be going over there. They're gonna pick up the couch on Thursday, and the bed and all this stuff is going, except for the refrigerator and the microwave that belongs here. I don't know what's going to happen otherwise, but it should be interesting. Yeah, I got an itch right there on the sword and scratched it, so it's going to look like that. So, another day. So Friday is our move, basically, but I'm gonna go and try and open an account because I know once we get back to California I'll be able to, use that as my direct deposit. But I'm not gonna be like that one. So we got that appointment on Thursday. Oh, wait a minute. Shit. Oh, I gotta look and see when that appointment is, because I hope it's the 31st. Because that's when we'll be able to go, but we'll see. Anyway, only thing I gotta do other than tell the people we're moving out of here is switch over the insurance. But I don't want to do that till I get over there because they'll know here. Okay. Whew. It's Friday. I just want to make sure. Anyway, so I'm going on Friday over to Chase and get a thing, put maybe a little money in there for right now. Got to pay rent that day, so I don't know if it's going to be 170 or 1,075 or 1,100 or 1,100. We'll see. Email says one thing. My son says another. So we shall see. Now I can afford it. I won't be paying for this couch on the 1st, and I hope they know that. But I got to get it off the thing, and I'm going to take a couple days. But I will be paying the $65 for the mattress, and I don't see why this is $65. I mean, Chris says that it's it's tearing, but I know this, and they're going to take it as is because it was already tearing. We didn't know it until recently. So, it shouldn't be that way. It should be in good shape. I think this was the second, a return that they let us, because it was only $54. I mean, I wish I could make that $54 would be cheaper. But what are you gonna do? Gotta pay for what you gotta pay for. I mean, you can't just go walk into a mattress place and get one for $50 and out the door. Which I wish you could, but you can't. And we're not gonna. I'm gonna still make videos. It's just I gotta figure out a way to do it without getting everybody else involved in the house, because it is a 2-story. And our bedroom's going to be downstairs in the living room. So I could probably do one like after Chris goes to bed or something. But we should see. I mean, you know. But let's see what happens. And let's see how she reacts. Because I'll be paying half the, well, Chris and I will be paying half the rent. I'll be paying, and they're going to be paying half that electric bill. Because it's starting new, where they can start paying a little bit on the one they left behind. So it's just, you know, we just have to wait and see what happens, you know. How long we'll be there, I don't know, because, you know, I personally want to go back to California. So my check can go back up. But I mean, I'll be making, as of January 1st, mind you, of next year, 2027, Texas will finally get it over $1,000, which they should already had up like that. But because they think because you can find a place cheap here, and yeah, you can. Like, if you want to rent, if you come into Texas and you want to rent here, like in Austin, this place is only $6.99 a month plus $2.20 for the electric, and you get free internet. You have to call Spectrum and get the box. It's the router and the monitor, but modem. But other than that, you don't have to pay a bill unless you upgrade. We have to pay a bill because not for that, but for our internet, for our phones. So when I call them, we're going to have to, and I'm going to have to talk to a human to do this, to keep the phones, and, you know, have to return the box and stuff. But, you know, will I miss here? Yeah, because we were here by ourselves, you know, and, you know, we're still a couple, and we're still, you know, have active lives. And with going over there, being with the baby, you gotta watch her. And we can't do anything like during the daytime, you know, like what couples have to do. We have to, you know, wait until we can, which is fine with me because I'm not really into that. I mean, that is part of being married, but, and that's all, only reason why I would do. If I was single, I wouldn't be going out and trying to find men just for that. I mean, you know, they got other things you can use to make yourself happy. You know, that's something, you know. That's something you know, I shouldn't be discussing, by the way. But I'm just trying to say, you know, we won't have couple time like we did here. And the manager's nice. I mean, she's a nice lady, but they need to stop all this stuff where you have to give them a 30-day notice, because they can rent these like nobody's business, because $6.99 is cheap. We, however, are paying $7.49 plus the $2.20, so ours comes out to $969. But you know, it worked. I mean, we could have managed, you know, if earlier on, if I would have, you know. I mean, we're managing. You know, we don't have as much money as we did when we were getting $1,000 and something checks, you know, but what you gotta do, you gotta do what you gotta do, you know. And, like I said, our checks will go over a little bit over 1,000 if the cost of living percentage is correct for the next cost of living. I personally think the state should go up. It should already give all SSI people at least 1,000, if not more, because they have not just in some places not just have to pay, for where they live. They have to pay for not here though, but they have to pay for the electric. Well, we do pay for the electric. That's the 220, but. And if you got gas, you got to pay gas separate from the electric. And Texas doesn't have, I don't think they have gas that much. And then the internet, but, that was the good part. The only part we don't like is having to go up and down the stairs. I think it would be a complete different decision if we would have been able to afford downstairs. Because, but this is probably going to go on our credit because it's not a 30-day notice. We aren't staying till the lease is up, and I'm sorry about that. But sometimes things happen, and like I put in the notice, it was an emergency move. We're going to help our kids out, which. We should have did that in the beginning is when they should have done that, by the way. Because they knew we were coming. But I think Nicole doesn't understand that I'm not like her mother. Her mother is to her idea is all about her. And I can, believe me, I'm siding with Nicole on why she doesn't contact her mother anymore and what her mother did to them while they were there. I don't know the whole story, it might have been both of them, but, until they can, bridge back and have a relationship right now, she doesn't have a relationship. And see, the way I am, if I'm arguing with somebody, and then we stop the argument, I walk away and they walk away, that argument's done. There's no rehashing the argument. I let things go in and out there most of the time. I will stand up and, say, hey, stop calling me those names. I'm not those names. But I think she kind of realizes that we will do all we can to help them. But they have to realize that we are our own people. We are not going to always be getting along. And that's a good reason why we have, we're going into this townhouse. It's going to cost us $1,850, which I think is crazy. I could see 1,000 maybe for, because it's not as big as they make it out to be. But I do have a walk-in closet in our room. And the bathroom's like right next to the bedroom, so, all I gotta do is just, when I have to get up and go to the bathroom, and I'm probably gonna have still sleepless nights. It's automatic anymore. I've been doing pretty good. I've been going no later than 1. But there's times when things get on my mind, and I worry about stuff. I worry, that, we're gonna all not make it back to California, because that's where we all want to go. My son don't want to go, however. I think he really wanted to go to Arizona. But the reason why we didn't make it to Arizona, and we would have left at the 1st of this month, had we been able to, was because his credit score, because of this complex we're going to now, because they charged him for damages that was done to an apartment they moved out of. that somebody else moved into, and when they evicted that person left damage. So, you know, they signed a waiver over that apartment, and all what was damaged was it's up to that girl that took over. But that's basically what we have to do. But anyway, everything's going so far, so we'll see what happens, you know. I'll keep you all posted. And if you don't think I appreciate you watching, I do appreciate y'all watching. Like I said, I don't make money off this. I don't intend to. I don't have enough subscribers or views to do that. You know, I don't expect it. You know, this is just something for me to do, and I enjoy talking. You know, especially with right now, because we don't have no friends here right now. So, you know, the only people we talk to is our son and our daughter-in-law. And, well, the baby's starting to talk, so we'll have her to talk to. Anyway, thanks for watching. Everybody have a good day. If you're in a place that's hot, stay cool. Drink plenty of water. And I will catch you in the next video. So everybody have a good day. Bye.